So today I'm excited to be trying my first ever crochet kit. I bought this kit from a shop called Beardie and Blondie. It's based in the United Kingdom, and it's a kit for a little stuffy called Otto the Octopus. So let's get started. Let's see what we got. All right, I think that's all that's in there. So we have a nice little package here with a very cute little sticker, handmade with love by Blondie and Beardie. Oh, okay. Okay. So we have a little bit of stuffing here. It's really nice and soft. And then we have a little tiny skein of yarn in the color of good old Otto. And a nice little 10% off coupon for all my crafty friends. So if someone wants to use that, there you go. And I got a pair of safety eyes, which I will be using for Otto. So they had some very detailed instructions on their website that I'm going to be following. And the first thing was about the hook. They said they used a 3.5 millimeter hook, but I only have a 3.75, so I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to start by unraveling this yarn so that I can use it. So starting off with a magic ring and single crocheting 6, and this will get us started with our body. When I first saw this online, I was looking around for yarn and just different little craft things, and I saw these kits and I thought that would be so nice because what I'm discovering the more projects that I do is that I end up having all of these little pieces of yarn left over that are all these different colors because they were for a certain project. And it seemed really nice to me, the thought of buying one kit that had everything in it that you need for a project and just that right amount, so that you don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, so that you don't have all this extra yarn left over all the time like I do, because I live in a very small space and I don't have a lot of room for a lot of odds and ends of yarn just lying around. So I thought crochet kits would be a good idea to invest in. So second round is to increase in each. So I'm actually going to put a stitch marker here. Okay. And the other thing I was thinking of, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other thing I was thinking of is, you know, a lot of the patterns that I've been making are the same person's designs, and so that one person's style is the only thing I've been learning, which has been great because I've learned a lot from that person. But I was kind of interested to see how other people design their stuffies. It's kind of like when I was trying to first learn to draw, I got really into one artist whose art I still very much like. But then I found myself just almost not intentionally, but just because of being so into their work, I was kind of trying to draw like them. And I wasn't really giving myself a fair chance to understand kind of a fuller scope of what styles and techniques are out there. And so I feel like the same thing has happened with crochet, which I'm still pretty new. I only started crocheting back in December of 2019. And so I'm not exactly in a rush to do anything in particular here, but I guess I just thought hey, I wonder what kind of other things people are making, what other styles. So far this is going really well. The instructions are very thorough and easy to follow. You can tell that these are really good quality, I was gonna say ingredients, materials. Everything feels really soft and cuddly. I also really enjoy the name Otto. Whenever I hear Otto, I think of Otto from Rocket Power, which was that cartoon in the 90s about these kids, and all they wanted to do was play sports. That was what every episode was about. Sports, sports, sports. And I've never really been into sports, but I like the show anyway. Something I was thinking about was one of the characters, her name is Reggie, and she's kind of an older girl who's hanging out with her younger brother and these other 3 younger kids. And she was a really interesting character to me because she had these goals and ambitions and dreams. She made these zines, these magazines, that she had this dream of becoming, like, I guess maybe a publisher or a magazine editor one day. And I don't know, it was kind of interesting seeing the interplay between her as somebody who loves extreme sports and is palling around with her brother and these 2 kids, and she also has these other goals and dreams, and it was just really neat to see somebody like her. I think I really looked up to her a lot. I thought she was really, really cool. And she and her brother and her dad lived in a house that had like a boat coming out of it, some sort of a boat deck that I think was a patio perhaps. And she had a really cool room, and it was a good show. Now there's only one more thing to make, and that's the little piece that goes in the bottom here to close up this area. And here he is, the final Otto the Octopus. I have to say I was kind of nervous going into this crochet kit thing. I'm not sure why, but I wasn't sure what to expect and if it would be too difficult for me. But this was actually not at all. The instructions were very clear. The materials were very good. You know, for the amount I paid for it, which was about $18, which includes shipping. It got here in about 11 days. It took me about an hour to do, and I'm really pleased with the result. So highly recommend. Again, I think this is Blondie, Beardie and Blondie. Bought this on Etsy, and it was a really great time. So hope you all enjoyed that.